Kevin Hunter thought he could keep cheating Wendy Williams. But the judge said,
Not today.
Despite losing in court against his ex-wife Wendy Williams, Kevin Hunter appears to want to keep fighting her until he gets her money, which has enraged the public. Following the fight of her life last year, Wendy Williams was sued by her ex-husband Kevin Hunter, who wanted more of his ex-wife's money. So he filed a lawsuit demanding Wendy continue paying alimony despite her being unemployed and not in 100% control of her hard-earned wealth. Kevin Hunter's desire for Wendy to continue making alimony payments was denied by the couple's divorce judge, who also stated that Wendy's financial guardian would not be required to keep cutting Kevin's alimony checks. Kevin's request was deemed not emergent by the judge, who ordered his application to be dismissed without prejudice. Kevin had also sought that Wendy pays his attorney fees, which the excellent court declined. Kevin's actions must have been obvious to the judge, who was asking his sickly wife to pay him, his family, and the attorney money that she did not necessarily owe him. While most individuals would have given up after hearing the judge's decision, Kevin's struggle for Wendy's payments is far from done. While the judge stated that his alimony payment demand is not urgent, he can still take his case to mediation. The court said the parties are to participate in binding arbitration. The issues surrounding the severance payments and the qualified domestic relations order are disputed and therefore need to be mediated. This means he can still sue Wendy, and for a man like him, he will very certainly sue her again. Hunter ceased getting alimony early last year, just after Williams' contract with Talk WW expired. In November, he filed a motion to restart those payments. He stated he had gone behind on his bills and was currently living in a complex that needed homeowner association payments, which he was also behind on. He claimed that if the homeowners association costs were not paid, foreclosure would occur soon and that his automobile insurance had not been paid because he had not received his monthly severance money. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since Wendy stopped making payments under our settlement agreement, Kevin said. The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely emergent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living. He further lamented, "We must keep in mind that this man not only cheated on his wife with another woman, but he also got the other lady pregnant and was able to keep her high quality of life by using Wendy's money. When Wendy ultimately chose to divorce him, he couldn't let go of her money and persuaded her to pay him alimony, which he used to support his new family. The ex-couple had a kid, but Wendy was the one who paid her son's bills while also providing her ex-husband money to care for his new wife and daughter. Unfortunately, Wendy experienced financial and health problems and could not continue supporting her ex-husband and his family, preventing them from obtaining alimony. Despite everything Wendy had done for him, Kevin went to court and sued her and her financial team for not paying him his monthly wage alimony money. Williams' team rushed to her assistance, claiming that she suffered a financial loss as a result of her suspension from her talk show and that she ceased receiving her paycheck in October 2021, which meant she didn't have enough money to pay him. Her ex also recognized and agreed that any severance payment shall be subject to either cancellation or modification if Wendy's contract was not renewed or otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated.
How did the Wendy show end?
It ended because of the negligence of her production company in regards to realizing how severe her health was.
He must have overlooked the alimony contract, which stipulated that if Wendy's contract with her program was suspended or canceled, she would cease paying him alimony, which is why when she was suspended from her show, she stopped paying him. On June 14th, it was revealed her show was officially canceled, and the final episode aired on Friday, June 17th. The Wendy Williams show's final original episode will run on Friday, June 17th, with a video tribute to the renowned host, a show representative stated. The series comes to an end after 13 successful years in syndication. Wendy eventually lost the Wendy Williams program after a months-long hiatus due to medical issues, as previously reported by numerous media outlets. After the final episode of the show aired, she said goodbye to her legions of admirers. Wendy has suffered from Graves' illness and hyperthyroidism since 2003, as well as sobriety following her divorce from her ex-husband, leading to her admission to a recovery facility in 2019. According to sources, her drinking addiction was so severe that she had to spend 2 months in a Malibu, California clinic for severe alcoholism. Wendy had previously claimed she was sober, but she had a number of public episodes with alcohol, which led her to seek treatment for serious alcoholism. Someone who personally knew her talked about her rehab stay and indicated that Wendy was being treated for severe alcohol misuse. She has had numerous doctors who have told her for years, if you drink, you'll die. She never really wanted to stop, and the people around her in New York allowed her to keep drinking. Although Wendy is still in poor health, Kevin Hunter appears hell-bent on suing her until she pays him her money. Kevin was not even embarrassed when his son was forced out of his apartment, and instead of assisting his kid, he was busy sucking money from his son's mother. According to court filings, Wendy's son Kevin Jr. was slammed with a lawsuit seeking over $70,000 in unpaid rent for non-payment on the Florida house. Wendy paid a full year's rent in advance, as well as a security deposit and other costs, according to a copy of Kevin Jr.'s lease contained in the eviction petition. Wendy had spent more than $100,000 on the apartment for her son for the first year of the lease, which began in March of 2021, with Kevin agreeing to rent the flat on a monthly basis after the lease period expired. Kevin Jr. claimed that he had to leave his Florida institution for a full academic year due to his mother's illness concerns. When I moved in, my mom rented the apartment for me, paying for a full year plus security as the lease approached the end. My mom led through some health issues that put the court in control of her finances. Kevin explained the lease, which expired in February 2022. Kevin Jr. claimed that, although his name was on the lease, it was his mother who paid for it and who continued to pay for it. But due to medical and legal reasons, she has been unable to pay the rent for the past months since the one-year lease expired and the court has taken control of her finances. Wendy's only kid also stated that he had spent the past several months traveling back and forth between states to check on his mother's well-being, adding that he was evicted since everything happened so abruptly and unexpectedly. Kevin Hunter, as a father, should have taken responsibility if Wendy was unable to do it herself. But instead, he went to court to force his ex-wife to pay him alimony. It's not that Wendy doesn't want to pay him. In fact, some sources believe she must have planned something along those lines. It's just that she doesn't have the money. And she also lacks control over her affairs. Wendy was placed in financial guardianship early last year, following a months-long sabbatical from the Wendy Williams show due to a variety of health difficulties. Wendy's financial problems began when her Wells Fargo accounts were frozen because the bank suspected financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Her condition was so dire that she couldn't even pay her own employees since she couldn't access her own funds. Kevin should understand that Wendy will never pay his bills again, and he should accept his role as a husband and father to his new family without relying on her. According to a Twitter user, I'm glad that Kevin Hunter and his dingy dame can no longer leech off Wendy Williams. Another added, Kevin Hunter had a woman who loved him in Wendy Williams. He's so used to Wendy taking care of him that he genuinely thinks she should be taking care of him, his baby mama and a love child. He even wants her to pay his court costs. I hope he loses in court and has to work. Anyway, keep in mind that this video is based on speculations and personal opinions and should not be taken as truth. That concludes this video. Bye.